Well, with the NFL allowing teams now to have a third alternate helmet, what should the Washington Commanders choose? We're going to talk about that in this podcast. And welcome back to another podcast here on the Washington Football Maniacs channel. My name is Greg. I'm your host. Thank you for joining us, everybody. This channel is dedicated to the news and commentary for the Washington Commanders. If you're down with that, then please consider subscribing to this channel. And when you do, also hit that notification bell so you won't miss any other video releases. Hey, you can support this channel in other ways as well. One way is to become a Maniac. Become a member of the Maniacs today. It's only $2.99 a month. Another way you can is by going to our partners at Mint Mobile and supporting us that way. And here to tell us a little bit more about that is, well, yours truly.
Have you ever thought to yourself, why in the is my wireless cell phone bill so high? What are you paying all of that money for? Well, at Mint Mobile, you can get all of those features for a fraction of the cost. They are built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they keep their costs low because they directly sell to you. Switching to Mint Mobile is so easy. It took me less than 15 minutes using Mint Mobile's eSIMs card. And if you don't have an eSIMs card with your cell phone, just get in touch with Mint Mobile and they'll send you a SIMs card through the mail absolutely free. Big Wireless wants you to think that they are the only game in town, but let's send them packing. Switch to Mint Mobile today. Go to our link down at the bottom in the description. Try mintmobile.com/maniacs to get started today. And get this special offer for new customers. Get any plan on Mint Mobile for $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month for any plan on Mint Mobile, but you gotta act now. Now let's get back into the podcast.
They can save you a lot of money on your wireless, so you want to check them out. Mint Mobile, the link will be in the description below. So the NFL announced a few days ago that any of the teams wishing to have a third alternate helmet can do so. And we've already seen some alternate helmets being released for various teams. Some are pretty cool. Some I'm still kind of scratching my head on. But this is pretty cool because, as we all know, the Washington Commanders have an alternate black helmet to go along with the alternate black uniforms. Some have said the generic Steelers uniforms. Other people would be like, those things are fire. Jury is still out on those. I'm not a huge fan of that jersey, but I digress. Anyway, I got excited when there was an opportunity for the Washington Commanders to have another alternate helmet, which means that you can also have a different kind of setup with your uniform as well, which I think would look pretty cool. Now, the one that there's been several out on X, formerly known as Twitter. Excuse me. If you really want to check it out, just you'll find them. You'll find them there. But one that kind of stood out to me that I think makes the most sense as far as an alternate is this one right here. It is a white helmet with the burgundy and gold stripe going up the crown of the helmet, and the burgundy W with the gold outline. The only thing that I probably would change on this one, honestly, would be I would make the face mask the gold color. When I say gold, it's basically that yellowish color. I would probably do that. But other than that, this has been the one that was probably my favorite as far as an alternate helmet. And then, of course, you could wear this with like an all-white uniform, white jersey, white pants, and maybe have like a whiteout game or something. I just think this one looks pretty cool. I like this one a whole lot. And I think it would be a good contrast to, some of those times where you have of course, the burgundy helmet, the burgundy shirts, jerseys, and sometimes maybe even the burgundy pants go along with it. And so I kind of, that one I think would make a clean look for the Washington Commanders. I really feel pretty strongly about that, because I just think that um, I just think that this team should be a part of the alternates. Just kind of freshen things up a bit. Um, not been very happy with the black alternate, so having a white alternate, I think as well, would be pretty cool. Um, and I mean, it's still sticking with the same logo. Maybe we change the logo up. Who knows? I still feel like we need to update the logo, but um, you know, the only one that I've really, honestly, out of any of the alternates, this would be, of course, my favorite. Yeah, that one right there, folks. That is a beautiful helmet, a beautiful logo. Um, I know they will never, probably ever, unless it's a throwback and maybe there's been enough time, and maybe we can throw the family who created this logo, some financial persuasion, if you will. But I would love for the Commanders to be okay bringing this back as like a throwback. Of course, with throwbacks being able to be worn, the Commanders don't really have any throwbacks because everything's been retired. But I don't see a reason why we couldn't bring that one back. You're not calling them Redskins, but there's never been anything wrong with the logo itself. The logo itself should not be controversial. If some people think that way, then well, obviously they're not educated enough to really understand the full story with it. But yeah, of course, I'm going to say I really like that one the best, right? I mean, look behind me. But in all seriousness, I really like the white helmets. The only thing I would change up again would be the yellow face mask, or maybe a burgundy face mask with it. Probably don't like the gray face mask. I think that looks a little generic. Then again, some people would be like, well, that's just going to go along with our logo that looks generic as all get out. So I get you on that one. But I think it's pretty exciting. I would love to be able to see what the Commanders are going to do. We've heard nothing about it, so I'm sure that that's probably the least of the worries. Right now that Josh Harris is trying to turn the F minus of their facilities into an A plus. So he's all focused on that, and of course, getting a new location for the Commanders to play football, and obviously also a new name sponsor for the stadium as well. So I'm sure they're not thinking about it, but I know us fans, we would love to see some alternates. I think anytime that a team throws up something like that that's kind of new and fresh, we love it. At least initially we do. Then after a while, we probably don't as much. It's kind of like back in the Joe Gibbs 2 era when they started wearing the all white jerseys, or I'm sorry, the all white uniforms, and they started going on this long win streak because, well, it's not because of the uniforms, but they pretty much just kept wearing those uniforms because they felt kind of superstitious. They were like, you know what, we're doing great in these uniforms. Let's just keep riding them out. And so, that was the first time in the Joe Gibbs era that they did like white jerseys on white pants. Back in his first era, it was always burgundy pants, white top, and very rarely, maybe once or twice a season at most, you would see the Redskins wearing the burgundy jerseys on the white pants. You didn't see it very often. Most of the time, it was the white jerseys on burgundy pants. So being able to kind of mix things up and keep it fresh, hey, I'm all for that, folks. Let me know in the comments what you think. You've seen a lot of concepts out there. What are the concepts that you really like? I know you're all going to agree with me on the Redskins helmet. Hey, I can't blame you on that one. If you enjoy this, please give it a like, give it a share. With that said, I will see you in the next one.